Today our second speaker is Edna Bien. The title is Who is Writing Your Life Story? I got a vision to help at least 25,000 people, and my mission is to help people live their best possible life. Edna?
Thank you. Thank you. Chapter 48. This man was a large man. He had blue eyes, and his eyes even appeared bigger through these thick glasses. His forehead was so bald, but he had some little hair at the back, and he tied it up in a ponytail. He lived a really unique lifestyle. At the night, he always was awake, but in the morning and during the day, he went to sleep. So this morning, he decided to do something different. He decided to go to the mall. Maybe he wanted to buy new clothes because he just got a new job, just 2 days ago. 20 years unemployment, but now finally got a job. So in this morning, he suddenly woke up, put some clothes on, and decided to go to the mall. Hopped on a bus. It took him 1 hour to get there, but finally, he got there. You could see he was determined. You could see it in his eyes. When he stepped into the building, he hesitated a little bit, but decided to go to the elevator, push the button number 4. The elevator went up. As soon as the door opened, he stepped out and looked around. Nobody was there. It was early in the morning. He was there alone. He started walking around this place. Slowly walked to this beautiful glass guardrail. He looked around, he paused a little bit. Still, nobody was there. And suddenly, he stepped over the guardrail and he jumped. The end. This man was my cousin, and this story happened 5 days ago. He decided to end his story. The next day I talked with his mother, and she was devastated. Her pain was unbearable. She asked me, what did I do to deserve this? Why did God punish me? 2 months ago my mother, and now my son. She couldn't handle this pain. This is the pain that cuts through your soul. This is the pain when make us question the fairness of life. Have you ever thought about who is writing our life story? Is it God? Maybe the universe? Maybe just some luck? Or maybe a curse? There are many people who think our destiny is already written. Do you think your destiny is already written? I would challenge this idea. If you just think a little bit about your life, if you look back, how could your life be different if you made different decisions, if you went to different schools, or chose different partner? Would it be different? Of course, it would be different. You wouldn't have the same child. You wouldn't have same experiences. Imagine this. When you're born, a book appears. And every single day, a new page pops in. It's a brand new page. This is your book. This is your life book. When you are a little baby, you cannot make decisions. You cannot write into your book. But somebody has to do the job. Who are those people? At the beginning, maybe your parents or maybe people who praise you. And later on, when you grow up, you are a little bit older, you start writing into your own book. You decide about your friends, about the school. You decide if you go to a party or read a book. You decide what will be written into your book. But sometimes unexpected things happen, like just happened to me a couple of days ago. We cannot change that, but that's still written in our book. So just think a little bit about your life. If you think about your own book, how do you like the story so far? Do you have an amazing, happy story? Maybe an adventurous story? Or maybe you have a miserable, the story that makes your heart break. Do you like the story? I have a bad news and the good news. Which one would you like me to start? Anyone? Better if I don't even start? Okay. I like to start with a negative story, or negative part. You cannot change your past. You cannot change anything what is in your book so far. You cannot tear out the pages. It's already written. Sometimes somebody steal your pen and maybe mess your book up. This is one because somebody abuse you, harm you, do something against you. That's still in your book, and you cannot take it out. But the good news is, you can change what will be written in your book tomorrow, if you're lucky enough to wake up in the morning. What would you like to put into your book? How would you like your story to change? I grew up in Hungary in a really dysfunctional family with abusive alcoholic parents. I was in depression, I got panic attacks, and I didn't think the future held anything good for me. But when I became 22, my life turned around. I became a Christian. And I thought, yes, my life is amazing now. And I married to a Christian man. And I never ever thought my big dreams, this amazing life that I have right now, will turn upside down. My dreams became a nightmare. This man started abusing me. 4 long years. But as a Christian, that was against my faith to divorce. And I started learning Christian counseling, so that wasn't the option for me. I really wanted to solve this issue. But no matter how much I prayed, how much I hope God will pull me out from this bad situation, nothing changed. It just got even worse. And my last week in the school, I met an amazing lady. She was about 74 years old, and she started talking about her own life. And she mentioned she is still abused by her husband. 40 years of marriage, still abused. And that time something changed in me. And I decided enough is enough. I won't suffer more just because of my faith. I don't suffer more just because I think I should stay. And I divorced. But in the same time, I left everything behind. I left my faith behind and I started searching for the answers, for something else. After 4 years wandering around, I moved to the United Kingdom and I walked home. I had a long walk home. I had time to talk again to God and I asked Him, why? Why did you let me to meet this person? Why did you let him to abuse me? And why did you let him to marry me or I marry him? And that moment I felt God talking to me. I felt something in my soul. A voice, a really gentle voice told me, I love you. I never wanted you to be abused. I never wanted you to suffer. And I never wanted you to marry this person. You decided. The light bulb moment came into my mind and I realized my life is my responsibility. I have a book and I'm writing my own story. I decided to stay with this man. And what about you? How would you like your story to end? Because you decide.